No, not just that, but the people. I can't see from down here. Sorry. I'm gonna grow tall. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
What's your connection to the charter school? What is your connection to the charter school?
I was considering going on the board at charter school with what's his name? Gary?
Gary Martin.
Yeah, he told me he know you.
We were kind of involved when it got started.
Really?
It's got nice help.
That's a big school.
I just checked out.
Oh, you were? Oh. I didn't know that.
Those kids need education.
Yeah. For real? Oh yeah?
That's all you gotta do.
Man, that's a big school. A lot of students go to that school over there.
Kids needed a good education.
Okay. Okay.
I've got to be the man.
Okay. Okay.
Gotta go.
Okay. Well,
I'm not the fancy type, but I am the mountain type.
the what kind of type?
Mountain.
Mouthy? Oh, okay, okay. Well, I'll be serving on this board, so I don't have to worry about two boards.
So y'all are going to do now what other board?
I'll be serving on the Board of Appeals for Hapeville.
Very good.
I'm glad I can just do one thing at a time.
Well, but you got to get in.
Yeah.
And every time you come to a meeting, you learn more. Every time you go to a board, you learn more.
Okay.
It's just, I started 20 years ago, and that was my education. It was like free school.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. What's his name? Lou. Yeah, I didn't know he was over there. Yeah. He started with you? Okay.
And I started getting sick.
Okay.
So I didn't have what it took to do it. So I backed off.
Yeah, I spoke to Gary quite a bit. Yeah.
Just talk to me.
I will. Thank you.
It wasn't anything extraordinary. See, that's the negative talk.
Okay. Here's the next hard-hitting question.
We just have to try to you know, I work at the ministry. And just being in her presence.
Y'all need that pen. I've got pens too.
She is one of our 97 last week. Now, and I was going in, and she and her husband were coming out, and they were coming up that ramp, just cutting the tree. And I'm like, now did I hear her say you were 97? She
Looks like the two
She says time just flies.
Okay, the rush is fine.
Going crazy.
Now, a group of ladies, and there were some gentlemen there too, that did dances and lunches, and and the relatives in that group was 70s.
With what?
Hey, just wanted to say hello. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. My left calf is giving me a little bit of pain, but that's because I played tennis yesterday.
Oh, me.
So I was having fun.
Yeah. Well, we pay for that fun.
Sometimes we pay.
Yes, we do.
Is that to me? Cool. I think we could probably get very well in proportion. I know someone.
She said, because my birthday's in April, she said, what are you doing here so early? And I said, well, I want to make sure I had all my stuff.
And Ron, after you go through all this,
But I look at it like it's done.
You're right.
you're a good man.
I like him. I would never rock with
Oh, I know. After he's gone.
long teeth here. I would never rock.
Well, I understand. But you will know more. It's just, I told Scott, I said, I would want it almost. Because I learned more.
Yep, because your husband.
The other one.
He came across today. He said,
Well, I deserve Hapeville Board.
Highfalutin now. Not just falutin, but highfalutin. How's it going?
Thank you, man.
Which one? The guy in the suit jacket I was just talking to? That's Mr. Beer. He's with the Arches Brewery. Arches Brewery? So that's the brewery that's coming in right there on Dogwood. They got their federal permit like this week, so they'll be up and running. And then the tall guy, that's Beer Girl Eric. Yeah. I
was next door to you at the Super Bowl party.
Huh?
I was next door to your house at the Super Bowl party at Marietta.
Where are you?
Hey, Mr. Josh. How
are you going?
Good. Fist bump.
Yeah. You at the wrong party.
I know, that's what I was told.
Next year.
Yeah, next year, okay.
Oh, you got the business card now.
Yeah, well, now my only carry-on, taking my numbers 20 years to get here.
So where is this school right there on Central somewhere? In your church?
I don't go to churches. You talking about church?
Yeah, where is it? Because I've never been to it.
It's in the Methodist church.
Oh, it's in the Methodist church.
Well, there are 2, 3 different places. They're over there. And those long buildings. They're in those rooms. They're in the church too.
Okay. Well, I went to the middle school over in Union City. Yeah. Why is that called Hapeville, but it sits in Union City? Is that still 303-154? That's 30. I didn't think so. I was asking somebody about
Does it make any sense?
no. If it don't make any sense, I apologize.
That's it. And it just kind of, but no, it started over here in the church, and that made it make it. And then they moved into that long building over on Elkins.
Okay.
Not Elkins, Elm. And then they moved down to Union City. And that's the middle school. And,
Were you ever a teacher there? You were just an administrator?
I was just chairman.
Chairman of the board. So you were an administrator?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what that is.
Somebody that's make things happen.
Yeah, somebody who makes things happen. Yeah.
I was a rabble rouser.
A rabble
That's
rouser.
my job too.
Okay. Okay.
I can't see him sitting because he's jumping.
Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Were you with him when he started in Alpharetta? Okay.
When I first came here, he was a new person.
Because I heard about the origin from Alpharetta. I heard about how he came from Alpharetta.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just know here.
Okay.
I'm a small town person.
Okay.
Good evening. Welcome to our February 16th work session. We thank you very much for coming out tonight. The roll call will reflect that all members of the Mayor and Council are present this evening. Again, thank you for your attendance tonight. First order of business tonight is I will be delivering the State of the City address. Years back, we used to do this in written form, and it was a long, arduous, monotonous process. So we've taken it to a PowerPoint where that way if somebody from the outside looking in wants to see what's going on in Hapeville, they can get a better snapshot of what's going on. So if you will oblige me, I will do our State of the City address here now.
As long as it's good. As long as it's good.
Don't make it the best as
And
I
honest.
can. I don't know about the quit. I think good. And I can quit, but I might not be able to quit. Is that good?
Yes.
Alan, don't stand right behind the pole, please.
Pardon me?
There you go.
Don't stand right behind the
I wasn't going to stand.
And I'll give you a copy of it.
I gotta get Rubio'd up, you know, I gotta have my wart ready. Okay, can everybody hear me? Yes. It does give me great privilege each year to bring you up to date with the state of the city. As I said earlier, in the past we did this via a written speech, and it was very long and drawn out, and you didn't have much at the end of the day except a long document that most people weren't going to take the time to read. So, I did the wrong button. Hang on. All right, so the objective of our State of the City address is to provide a snapshot of the city transitioning into 2016. It's really a look at the calendar year 2015 fundamentally. We want to highlight our significant milestones, our financial position, our city management services, departmental highlights, and our goals, along with highlighting leadership and teamwork. Under our milestones, we've worked hard to create public-private partnerships for success. We work hard again to leverage our funding sources, as you'll see later on in the show. We have regional collaborations. We create opportunity, and we create, through this process, a vibrant community. As we come into 2016, we're going into the 125th anniversary of the city of Hapeville. We're very excited about that. We'll talk about that a little bit further in a moment. 2015, we had development announcements of the Solis Hotel announcement. Solis Hotel is a hotel that will be serving the Porsche headquarters. Through the hard work of our economic development consultant, David Burke, we got a deal with Space Max redevelopment on the former Mark Inn site. And we had brought to us the Holiday Inn Express redevelopment. We also had some major infrastructure improvements. As you can see, the city of Hapeville was chartered in 1891. How many of you, with a show of hands, remember the 100th birthday celebration we had? And how much fun that was. That was great. So as we move into September 2016 and throughout the year, we're going to have special exhibits at the Historic Society and activities that are planned. You'll currently see the outdoor art exhibit at the Depot Museum, and which includes the paintings that Katie LaBelle did, so you'll see that. That's our former founding mayor, Samuel Haight there. As you can see, the depot then and now, the depot in 1800 and now the depot in 2016, it's looking pretty good to me. Some great pictures. Thank you, Michael Raymond, for that photo.
Oh, you're welcome.
The Solis Hotel at 2 Porsche Drive. This is a very exciting project for the city of Hapeville. When Porsche came, one of the things that they have is an international brand, and they're a very high-end product, of course. And their driving experience track has been much more successful than they ever dreamed. So it's been their dream to have a hotel actually adjacent to the site that would help support the high-end client that they have. So this is going to be a 4-star hotel with 5-star services located just adjacent to the Porsche site. 8-story hotel, 214 guest rooms, a conference center, a restaurant, and a rooftop event space. The anticipated groundbreaking of this is somewhere in the neighborhood of April of this year, and they're planning to open in 2017. The Space Max announcement, as you'll see, the former Mark Inn site on Sylvan Road had become quite an eyesore. You can see the old worn out sign there and the dilapidated property. The building was getting hard to secure. The owner wasn't taking very good care of it. And David Burke reached out to the folks at Space Max and showed them the site, and they quickly fell in love with it. And so one of the things I've gotten to see in my life, as a child growing up on Springdale Road, I lived directly behind this hotel. So I got to see this hotel built, and I got to see it torn down in my same life. So I can't say I miss it, because it's definitely going to be an improvement to that area. You'll see the Space Max, the design of this was designed very carefully in conjunction with the city and the Space Max folks to make sure that this looked like, it doesn't look like a normal storage facility. It's not like your typical outdoor facility. So this will be the redevelopment of the former Mark Inn site. As I showed you a moment ago, the Mark Inn has been demoed. This will be a climate controlled storage facility with 700 units, 97,000 square feet, and a $5 million construction investment in our city. That's good stuff. And it takes a very, very blighted property and turns it into a revenue-producing enhancement for the entire city. The Holiday Inn Express project, this is behind the Best Western, Raj Patel's property, and this is being proposed for that area right now. This will be behind 301 North Central. It'll include the demolition of the 2-story hotel, which is already gone, behind the existing 146-room hotel. Be a 5-story, 112-room, 65,000 square feet, and a $5.2 million investment in construction in Hapeville. Of course, the transportation improvement projects continue to move forward. That's a map. It's too small to read there. But underway, we have the North Central LCI streetscape, which is just about finished other than punch list items. Includes brick paver, street lights, sidewalks, street furniture, and this went from North Whitney to Dearborn Plaza. The North Fulton T project includes brick pavers, alleyway improvements, new sidewalks, street furniture, and street lights. This was a $455,000 project. The North Central LCI was a $1.15 million project. 2016 projects coming on board, we have the rail facilities corridor improvement project and the Dogwood Drive LCI, along with Loop Road improvement project is in right away and design right now as we speak. The $2.4 million railroad corridor project is one of the most exciting projects, and I think one of the most transforming projects that we'll see. It's a 100% federally funded project with no local match. It's designed to improve the rail crossings, roads, curbs, sidewalks, and drainage features around the railroad. The Perkins Street vehicular crossing will be closed and improvements will be made to the Dogwood and South Street crossings. And construction is scheduled to begin this year. So we're very excited about this. Again, this is something that will transform the appearance of the whole rail corridor and will really make Hapeville shine. This is an idea around the Porsche property. Our friends at Porsche have some great concerns about the rail cars that park over there across from their facility. The old car carrying cars that park out there off the time for days at a time. And so we've come up with a design with some trees there to give some screening, a little bit of screening to that to help buffer the unattractive appearance of those rail cars. Now we'll talk about our financial position. This is something that's on everybody's mind. We'll discuss our property taxes, available fund balance, as a result of our operations and our cash flow. As you can see, the commercial and residential trends and tax values, you'll see that our commercial digest has almost been flatlined since 2008. It's been a little up and down in here, but it's pretty much come out on the other end flatline. Where we've been suffering the most is a major decline in the residential tax digest, as you can see. Just about got that stabilized, but that's been a challenge for us, and I'll show you some numbers that'll highlight that. This is your decline in your taxable property values or the tax digest. It shows the average value dropping significantly, bottoming out of 2012, and now starting to climb up, level off a little bit, and we're hoping that trend will begin to move upward. Housing values are slowly coming back. This is a summary of what our residential property collected since 2008. As you can see, we yielded $1.6 billion roughly in residential property taxes in 2008. 2015, I believe that's $683,000 that same digest generates. So a decline of $914,000 in our residential tax digest. Sorry about that. Our residential property values declined $81,520. I'm sorry, I keep hitting the wrong button here. Which is a reduction of 57%. The yield from our residential property has declined from $1.6 million roughly to $683,000, almost a $1 million decrease. The average taxable value decreased from $47,104 to $19,880. The average residential tax bill in 2008 was $782, and in 2015 the average residential tax bill was $320. Including homestead exemption, the average bill drops to $250, a decline of $532. So as you can see, one of the biggest problems we've been having with our budget has been this decline in value. It's substantial, and it's been hard to recover from. Again, you'll see that at the bottom here, it is stabilized finally, and we're on our way to an upward crawl. You'll see that our net revenues have gone from negative in 2011, 12, 13, and 14 to positive in 2015, and we're anticipating positive revenues for 2016. Talk about our city services. Our new city manager, William Woodson, was appointed in June of 2015. He came in right at the last minute of our fiscal year 2016 budget hearings and jumped in as quickly as he could on that. He's been working with our transition on our IT department changes, our economic development efforts, working with council to implement the city's strategic vision, providing policy with leadership and the processes with staff, striving for excellence in service, identifying new revenue sources, and planning ahead for the curve of growth in community development. We have a lot of growth on the horizon, and we've got to be prepared for that. We've got to make sure that we can get these projects run through our processes in a fast and efficient manner. Under our IT department, we just recently contracted with Liberty Technology. We have an aging information technologies backbone right now. They've come in and pretty much made the necessary repairs that we need, but we have a long-term 5-year plan that we're working with them on to add new hardware and equipment beginning in 2016. We have outdated servers, we have outdated PCs, and so they've done a very, very good job of coming in and getting a hold of this, our IT. By contracting with this company, we get the resources of an entire company. Before, we had 2 people in an IT position. One of them left, and when Ashley left, we never replaced him, and Corey, his backup, did the best job he could possibly do. But trying to operate a city of our size with the number of PCs and servers we have is very difficult for a 1-man or a 2-man IT department. So by having a company, we have the resources of an entire operation to support us. Our 2015 police department highlights, we successfully completed all the requirements for international accreditation. We're awaiting our formal recognition on that now. We maintained our state certification, and we had successful completion of citizen programs, including Safetyville, which is a early summer program for the young folks, and the Citizens Police Academy, which is very popular for our residents to go through the Citizens Police Academy program. 2016 goals for the police department are to bring the department into full staffing by filling vacancies and retaining current complement, working with Liberty Technology to fix our IT issues. We have some software talking to each other issues that we're working on right now with them. Continue focus on improved code enforcement. Continue and grow our community policing effort through departmental programs. And as you'll see, we maintain an average response time of 2 minutes and 5 seconds. That's pretty good, folks. In my day job, being in the security and fire alarm systems business and working with jurisdictions all around Metro Atlanta, nobody can touch that response time. Nobody. As you can see, the number of calls, I'm not going to go through all those, but the largest complaint for code enforcement are grass and animal complaints, outside storage, littering, parking on grass, and then other minor things after that. 1,091 calls for service through August of 2015. These are kind of a little picture of a success story for code enforcement where we got a hold of a problem, and this was the before shot, this was the after shot. As you can see, they made a substantial difference in the visibility and appearance of that property. The code enforcement goals for 2016 are through the process of education, add processes to identify code violations and communicate better with the public, create a blighted property tax-based system on an established point system. So through the process of educating the violators, then a person if we get a complaint, then a notice of violation is filed, a citation is issued, and the end result, if we get no compliance whatsoever, is an abatement after a long, drawn-out process. We have successfully abated several properties. Our fire department, they led the mayor's motorcade project. This was a project of the Georgia Municipal Association that benefited the Georgia mental health system through donations, and I want to give a special shout out to the fire department for their hard work. They took that ball and ran with it. They participated in 6,647 hours of emergency response training, collected money for the Hapeville Toys for Kids project, which was about $3,300, conducted safety and health trainings at the Porsche North American headquarters for their employees, and initiated the efforts to purchase a new fire ladder truck in this budget year. The ladder truck that we currently have is band-aided together, and we reached a point where we had no choice but to acquire a new piece of equipment for them, and so that's forthcoming. The goals for 2016 are to aim for a 98% approval rating by the citizens of Hapeville, working to achieve the ISO rating of Class 1. That's a lofty goal. We hit the ISO level 2, which puts us in the top, what, Tommy, 80%, 90% of the fire departments? Yeah. So we're very excited about that, achieving that ISO. Your homeowner's insurance will eventually catch up with that. Encourage larger participation in community programs such as the CERT, the First Aid, BLS, CPR, through correct communications and via the water bill mail out, and through all the 4 neighborhood associations. To expand our emphasis on emergency management and disaster preparation. And then, of course, our beloved Fire Chief, Tommy Morris, who's been with the city for 30 years, has announced his retirement. So let's give Tommy a round of applause for his service. So you're gonna get married and go move to the beach somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. At least you got one.
Good plan.
Our Community Services Department, you see these guys and gals all over the place working hard. Under their highlights for 2015, they completed the paving of Lake Avenue, Coleman Street, Perkins Street with the LMIG funds from the state. They oversaw the installation of an E-wood floor at the Hoyt Smith Center. This was completed with CDBG funds. If you haven't seen that, it's a beautiful, beautiful floor. They completed the Dogwood, Hope, and Oak Street water main replacement project. Their 2016 goals are to pave Woodrow Avenue with LMIG funds, to complete the rail corridor improvement project, to begin construction on the Dogwood Drive LCI streetscape project, and to complete the parking improvements which are underway currently. Our Recreation Department, there's that new floor right there. It's beautiful. Our youth athletics not only excelled in baseball, but also 3 football teams made it to the championship games, winning 1. Placing 2 teams in the GRPA Boys Basketball State Tournament. 1 was a runner-up, and placing first in the Youth Cheer Alliance cheerleading competition in the 12-year-old division. So these folks are working very hard to keep our youth busy, and they're doing a fantastic job. They were awarded a non-matching grant called Right from the Start, which enabled the Recreation Department to feed children under the age of 18 breakfast and lunch. This is for our summer program, and they served 3,851 meals to children who participated in the Busy Bee Summer Camp or lived in the city of Hapeville for free during the months of June and July. This was how many years have we had that, Todd?
This was our 4th year.
4th year for the Right from the Start. That's a great program. Our 2nd year of the annual Spooktacular Trunk or Treat event, tripled in attendance, ran out of candy, I think. Standing room only. 900 participants attended this event. It was spooktacular. 2015, we experienced our most successful baseball season as it pertains to winning. Out of 7 age divisions offered to boys and girls, the program won 6 championships and was runner-up in the other. The 13 teams in the park had a combined record of 129 wins and 29 losses. Pretty strong stuff right there. Goals for 2016 are to continue to search for grants and sponsors to help offset the programming costs. Provide recreational offerings at parks and facilities that would expand opportunities, especially for teens, senior citizens, and families, and to introduce new and innovative programs for our residents. Under our economic development, the City of Hapeville was selected by the Department of Community Affairs to host a National Main Street Conference mobile educational tour. That was, when was that, Allie? And David, when was that?